Hi and welcome back to the AQA GCSE History, Germany, the Democracy and the Dictatorship 1890 to 1945 revision series. This is episode 15 and we're looking at Germany's war economy. Hitler transformed the German economy to prepare the country for a war to come. A 4-year plan was started in 1936, concentrating on war preparations. The Nazis needed to quickly build up industries making weapons and chemicals to increase Germany's agricultural output. Hermann Göring was put in charge of the war economy. He aimed to make Germany self-sufficient. This meant producing enough goods to not need the imports from other countries. Many workers were retrained to do jobs that would help with the war effort, such as producing weapons and working in chemical plants. But Hitler knew that they needed to conquer new territories and capture their resources to become genuinely self-sufficient. When war broke out in 1939, the German economy was not prepared. A quarter of the workforce was already working in war industries, especially weapons productions. 2 years later, this had become 3/4. As a lot of the Germans were fighting in the German army, the Nazis enlisted foreign workers to keep the German economy afloat. In 1942, Hitler put Albert Speer in charge of the war economy. Speer focused on the economy completely on the war effort. Efficiency improved and he greatly increased the production of weapons. Germany also used raw materials from occupied lands to support its production. Germans had to make a lot of sacrifices to help the war effort. Wages were less than they had been before the Nazis took control, and working hours increased. Rationing affected the people's quality of life. Food and clothes rationing began in 1939, but while Germany was winning the war, most goods could still be easily brought. Rationing meant that some people ate better than they had before the war, though it soon became impossible to eat meat every day. Toilet paper and soap became difficult to get hold of, and to save fuel, the use of warm water was restricted to 2 times per week. Germans made the use of ersatz, which is substitutes. For example, coffee was made from acorns and other seeds. Later in the war, things became harder for ordinary Germans. By 1942, German civilians were living on rations of bread, vegetables, and potatoes. These rations decreased as the war progressed, and they were much less than the rations in Britain. More women and children had to work, especially after 1941, where Germany suffered a lot of heavy defeats in Russia. So that's the end of episode 15 of the AQA GCSE History, Germany, the Democracy and the Dictatorship 1890-1945 revision series. Next episode we'll be looking at oppositions towards the Nazis. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed.